And for this month, we're going to be focusing on resources for Play-Doh maths. We love these number play mats from Infant Education on Mash.ie for €2.50. Now, the reason we really love these is because they show number presented in lots of different ways. So you have your numerals, which also have got line guides for the correct formation of them. We've also got the word, we have the 10 frame, and we also have the non-standard grouping, which you can see here of the apples, which I really love because an awful lot of our resources will be very uniform with how we present objects. And here you can see that they're not grouped together in a visible pattern, and also that they're of different sizes. So this is something which I really like. We've also got the word 10 as well. And all of these mats are available from numbers 1 straight through to 10. And also when you download them from Mash.ie, there's lots of really nice helpful instructions. If you actually visit Infant Education on Mash.ie, you'll see that there's some pictures of these resources being used where they're not just for Play-Doh math, they're actually being used with tweezers and pom-poms. Obviously you could use whiteboard pen. So there's lots and lots of applications for this. So we've decided to make this really durable because this is something what we would consider a heavy traffic resource. When you're in the infant classrooms, you're going to be constantly repeating these early number activities. So you really want to make it as durable as possible. We've printed it on card and we decided to print it single-sided because we thought it could be a really nice activity that on the back as an extension, if a child is finished, you might ask them to draw things with a whiteboard pen. You could ask them to make sets of 10, and there's lots of lovely different things that you could do. If you watched previous episodes of ours, we talked about using microns of 160. Now, we've done some research since then, and actually, we found that if you go up to 250 microns, so that's 125 per side, what you're actually left with is a really substantial resource. I mean, the thickness of it alone is really good. So another reason we like to use these laminating pouches of 250 microns is because particularly with a resource like Play-Doh mats, they're going to need to be cleaned. And sometimes you might use a spray to clean them, and these can be a little bit corrosive. So we find having that extra bit of durability on the laminating pouch really helps to make it that bit more rigid. Okay, now let's talk about storage. So we're huge fans of any kind of storage which is transparent, such as these folders. Now these are just your typical mesh zip folders, and I know many schools will actually use them as homework folders. So I think it's really obvious why we like them to be transparent, and that's because you can see exactly what the resource is at a moment's notice. You can of course label it, but I don't think there's much point. And the reason we've chosen these zip files is because also they are heavy duty too, and we think this is a resource that's high traffic, so it's going to be used very often. So these are number play mats from Infant Education on Mash.ie for €2.50. So we'll see you next week for more low-cost resources which we love.